welcome, welcome. If this is your first time stopping by, this is the Complete Woman, a ministry God gifted me to empower women physically and spiritually. It's both a ministry and an NGO. The NGO aspect is the physical aspect, and the spiritual aspect is what we are doing here. If this is your first time, I will advise you to go fill up yourself on this playlist. We've been all the topic have been riding into itself up till this point. So in case you are making terms, you're like lost and be like, what's the meaning of that? Just go feel yourself. You are going to be blessed. You will learn a lot. I trust me, you will learn a lot. So now this playlist is the first pillar. We are starting with the first two pillars. We have five pillars in the complete woman: physical maturity, sorry, emotional maturity, spiritual maturity, mental wholeness, um physical elegance, and the last one is financial freedom. So we just started ministry. We're months old though. So we are just on the emotional and spiritual maturity. This is the playlist, and it's titled The Will of God for Your Heartbreak is Emotional and Spiritual Maturity. So here you are going to be learning how to become emotionally mature, spiritually mature, to help you break generational curses, help you overcome emotional wounds, emotional traumas, how to live a more fruitful, enjoyable life. Yes, and how to really help your spiritual growth, help you to become emotionally intelligent. So, if that sounds like something you like to be a part of, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and fill yourself up from episode 1 up until now. But today's video, the last time we spoke about the fact that emotional wounds are an attack from the devil. Yes, and we spoke about it, we saw all of that. And now we are entering into how to heal emotional wounds. Okay, if you see me looking down, like I always say, I have this big ass notes. And I always say, before I make any video, God directs my path. And yeah, like the next thing we may be talking on, I don't know, God directs it, okay? After I've gone to seek his face in meditation, in prayer, and everything. So, today, what God has for us is how to healing emotion, healing emotional wounds and emotional trauma. If you don't know what emotional wounds and emotional traumas are, please go feel yourself on the previous videos. Like I said, we are continuing from wherever. First of all, I want to say I notice every single human being on this planet has one emotional trauma or one emotional wound. So far, you are breathing with lungs and you're a human being. There is one. You they always occur with ignorance. You don't know. So you have to become self-aware. Okay? So this is very important for everybody. Emotional wounds and emotional trauma, everybody have it. As long as this world exists and there's badness and good, you would have, just as some people have multiple, which is can be unfair. Some people have few, right? So whether you like it or not, you would have emotional trauma or wound. And yeah, if you do, God forbid, or it's a lie or try to argue it, you are just honestly um doing yourself disservice if it's there truly, without doing something about it. So now bring the thought: people's mental health are in shambles every day. People are going through fear, anxiety, sadness. People can't sleep well at night. People are being plagued. People are under bondages. And therapy. And if you hear from my last video, I told you reason why therapy is not enough. Because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers in high places. So therapy handles only the physical aspect, the emotional aspect to emotional wounds and emotional trauma. And the last episode we spoke on the spiritual dimension of emotional wounds and trauma. So what happens to the spiritual dimension when you do all the physical? You go back in square one. It's only a matter of time. So it's not effective strategy, but it's an important strategy. So therefore, in healing emotional wounds, you need two things: maturity and spiritual maturity. Emotional maturity is gotten from emotional intelligence, while spiritual maturity is gotten from spiritual intelligence. Stay with me. When you go to the therapist, they help you to become self-aware on what the problem is. There's a name to all these things, and they equip you with emotional intelligence enough for you to grow resilience to using discipline towards um triggers. But they don't believe in spiritual things, and they are spiritual therapists. If you see one, you're lucky. Maybe I'm your spiritual therapist. Okay. But so that's all we are saying here. I'm going to teach you emotional intelligence. That's what we are going to be doing every single. You don't have money for therapy. You're in the right place. I'm a spiritual therapist. Okay. But you're going to work with me and just be honest to yourself and humble enough. And this healing part is going to be so much work. But I have my notes. That's why I've been MIA, a lot of it. So get your pen and your jotter because we're always learning here. Now, let's start with the emotional maturity aspect because that's what everybody can relate to, right? How do you use how do you get emotionally mature in order um to heal emotional wounds? How did you get how do one get emotionally mature in order to heal emotional wounds? You use emotional intelligence, like I was saying. Emotional intelligence is used to get emotionally mature. I'm not going to go through any online thing. I'll use my head knowledge for you, what I understand in a way you understand. Emotional intelligence is a skill you use to become emotionally mature. Is a set of skills that you learn that will help you in interaction between yourself and other people. Okay? Yes. Because usually when there's trauma or wound, your body has registered certain behavioral patterns or things that are associated with it. So when you are interacting with other people, when they will likely trigger you when they intentionally or non-intentionally, whether you want to go to work, that work you look so much at, wow, I want to be a tech babe, and this thing in the office place, the people you on this, your triggers will come for you, and it can destroy your work, make you hate work and you resign, or it can destroy the relationship with who you're supposed not to even have destroyed the relationship with in the first place. Do you get it? These triggers can come into your relationship where you are the one even giving somebody the hand to destroy you, or you are destroying a good thing, you know. So it's you see, you need, when you have emotional intelligence, it teaches you kind of strategies, skills on how to manage these things, that interaction between yourself and other people. So it will help you to now um grow grow to use certain skills to manage your emotional wound. They'll say it can only it will not heal it, it can help you manage. That's what they are saying. They say heal. They are giving you, equipping you with skills to make you manage those your triggers, manage the emotional wound through emotional intelligence. So the more you are faced with triggers, which is persecution and problems and trials and tribulation, rather than being anxious, scared, crying, thinking the world is on your shoulder, you grow resilience. You become resilient towards issues by implementing emotional intelligence, and your ability to implement that emotional intelligence without backing down and being anxious and crying and saying my mental health is, you're resilient. Because when you face it head on with these skills, you overcome this thing, then you say you've grown resilient to it. And that is discipline. That is enforcing emotional discipline by implementing emotional intelligence. And the more you do it, you now say you now become attain to a point where you're emotionally mature. How? Certain triggers will not trigger you again. But it's an unending battle because 10 years later, something can just happen that have never happened in your life before, and you realize that it's somewhere, not going anywhere. So Now that's my explanation to you to understand emotional intelligence. So what are emotional intelligence? We have four of them, four skills. Yeah, just four types of emotional intelligence skills. There are four components, not types, components. So they are important. They flow into themselves. The first one is self-awareness. Understanding, recognizing and understanding your emotions. That's self-awareness. What triggers your emotions and how they impact your behavior. We have three skills under emotional awareness, so we'll get into that, but let me explain better. Self-awareness is understanding, recognizing and understanding your emotions. People feel emotions, they don't even know it has name. Emotions that don't have name, again, if you are just coming in for the first time, go and watch the other videos. There's a video where we spoke about emotions, what are they, how they are formed, and I spoke about many names of emotions. We saw how emotions can be secondary, how they can be complex, how they can be simple. We saw names of emotions people don't know, saka dem fridge, for example. Now that there is a feeling of dissatisfaction of someone else's downfall. There are emotions people don't even know have names. They can't even put a name to it. I will challenge you after this video. Go on Google, go on Pinterest, go and types of emotions, research what do they feel like. There's another emotion we learned, that there's a possibility someone can be feeling happy and sad at the same time. There's the possibility someone can love and hate at the same time. Complex emotions, to show you how the psychology of human beings run very deep and complex. You know, so recognizing how, if you are not even armed with this knowledge, how do you recognize and name your emotions? Like, oh, I'm feeling sad now. Oh, I'm feeling happy now. Oh, I'm feeling anger now. Oh, this is name, learn recognize what you are feeling, you know and understand why you are feeling it. Oh, wow, I feel very angry right now. Why? Because I feel this person is talking down on me. Even though they are doing it in a subtle way, I think they are talking down on me. Self-awareness. Why do I feel this way? It can even go very deep. By the time we dive in, when you understand patterns, that okay, as this person is talking to you now, you're seeing that your father that was always talking down on you when you were growing up. Self-awareness is the greatest key. It requires humility. Self-awareness is the greatest key, is the first thing. That's why I told you, with emotional wounds and trauma, what gives it this thing to strive is ignorance. Self-awareness is the tool, the machete against ignorance, to make you aware, to come to the point and agree that, I have this problem. I have anger issues. I agree, not me in Jesus name, but like, recognize your emotions. Sadness. Oh, I'm feeling very sad now. Why? Because I feel this person is not, whether your boyfriend or your talking stage ghosted you, or they've not called for 2 days. Why are you feeling like that? I'm feeling very, very, it's not anger. You're feeling very sad. It extreme self-pity. You're pitying yourself. Why do you feel like that? Because you feel abandoned and rejected. You feel you're not good enough. Why do you feel like that? Because another person will be like, all the best for this person, delete the number and move. Because you are saying that your mom that was absent, or that your father that never approved you. Self-awareness. You're in a social gathering, someone is talking anyhow, you feel like punching them in the face. You're like, I'm angry right now. Rather than, self-awareness will make you self-aware. Someone that is very impulsive with their emotions, they have zero self-awareness. They are not self-aware. When somebody is not self-aware, you say they are emotionally unintelligent. So the first listen to emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Self-awareness will help you. Okay, if you know that you are lightheaded, you don't have sense, you know there are certain friends you should not even be with. Okay, if you know that you are not good with money, your head is not correct, you just where you cut your coat according to your side. We can go deep into self-awareness. It's very needed. It's your trophy you should hang everywhere you go. Know thyself. Carry book and be like, do you know yourself? When these are things you should look for when you're looking for a partner. That person that is making you to smile at night, I don't want to, they don't have self-awareness. Do they know themselves? Because somebody that don't even know themselves, they don't want to. Someone that has self-awareness, they know themselves. If you see that person, hold their leg, do things with them. That's it takes a beautiful heart to have self-awareness. Some people can use it for evil, sha, but they have self-awareness. Like, Omo, if I continue staying here and arguing with you, I would really say things I don't mean. I know myself. Can you give me space? Very attractive. Those are the things you should be attracted to, not broad chest and tall. Come on. Self awareness. That cake you want to give me, I I don't want it. Because if I eat it, I will not be able to hold myself. I will eat everything. Ah, this plenty work you are giving me, HR. Self awareness is the king of it. If you don't have self awareness, the other um emotional intelligence, they are foolish unto you. Don't even but click out of the video if you don't want to. And it takes a decent sense of humility for someone to be self-aware and be like, you know what, I think I'm lacking here and there, and it's like dissecting yourself on the dissecting table and being honest and be like, my head is not correct in this place, so I need help. I'm not all perfect, and human beings, we don't like that. We like to look like the perfect best thing. So it's hard to see people with self-awareness for the sake for good self-awareness is, it beats it all. Under self-awareness we have three skills. Tell you how serious it is. You say I say four and they are deep, so we are entering into it. We have emotional awareness. Of course, you can tell, being aware of your emotions. Emotional awareness, recognizing and understanding your emotions, including what triggers them. So for example, I gave the example, oh, I'm feeling sad. Why? Because this one I've not come. If you are feeling sad for that thing, just know after that experience, if you later break up with the person or people are dating, he comes back, know that wow, anytime you are being ignored, you've immediate, it triggers you. It triggers these emotions of sadness and rejection within you. Why? Because okay, your childhood, not like you're going to tell them, but you know yourself. And then it can help you to really form very good relationships with that self-awareness. Either you decide that, all the best, if you cannot give me time, I can't date somebody that does not prioritize me on their timetable. When you are meeting the next person, say these are my non-negotiables because it matters to me. You got that from self-awareness. Do you get it? You get it. If you know you are trying to break generational curses on maintain, so you can maintain wealth and you can go off the bat because you don't have sense of control when you are in a place you need to spend money, you definitely know your friends should not be friends that are out into the next party club and this thing and that one shopping this thing every Saturday. Those are not, obviously not, you want different things in life. Because they are the destruction that cause wasted at noonday. You tell yourself, that's not we are acquaintances, or oh, I will not be available. Something came up. Know thyself. Is the person is a foolish person that don't know yourself, that continue to get into things that will stress you, anxiety, and you be killing yourself in the night. Mental health issue. This is, you don't know, it's collection of stupid things that come together to be making you not to sleep well at night. All right. Know your emotions and know your triggers. Somebody that is having this thing, emotional wound of rejection now, if somebody is raising voice on them, if somebody is raising their voice at you, or somebody is arguing with you, debating, and they are just trying to tell you, no, that the way you are saying this thing, that's not how it is, but you are angry, the thing is annoying you. Why? You are feeling anger because to you it's not debate, it's rejection. Know thyself. Say, I do not engage in debates. You could say that, or you just excuse yourself when people are debating. You excuse yourself. You not get to the point you'll be feeling those emotions. Or even if you want to get into the debate and the person is talking, you just say to yourself, like, this person is not saying I'm not good enough right now. They are just arguing their point. They are just having fun. It's not about me. They don't know anything about me. They are not my enemy. You just understand that your body is just reacting to something it is recognizing in the past. Do you get it? The person is not your enemy. It's not the time for you to fight and destroy relationship now. You just understand, oh, it's okay for me to feel these emotions, okay? Because my body thinks it's saying something that's seen before, but you know the truth. So why will you allow your emotions to to ride it. You get? So um so I say, for example, imagine someone who always feels extremely sad when people don't agree with their opinion or feel attacked. Or feel attacked, they'll notice emotions of anger, they'll be angry. They can apply emotional intelligence among with emotional awareness by first naming the emotion they are feeling, which is anger and sadness and self-pity self. Next, find out why you feel that way, what triggered it, and how did you react. Important advantage, it helps you in better decision making. Just like I said, you make better decisions. You realize when um the person in front of you is not the enemy. Actually, it's just your brain trying to say foolishly bring up something that is seen, maybe the tone of their voice or how they are doing it, and your body registers those trauma, and it will be saying, this looks familiar. You be like, oh, calm down, we are just having fun, okay? You get? So it will make you make better decision. It improve your relationship. So some people that are not self-aware about this thing will just say, will just destroy relationship in that debate, argue and leave people without their self-esteem, right? And they form enemy. And they'll go and sit down and they'll be like, what happened between people? And I say, I don't know. He always used to feel like he knows everything. That is that the problem? That's not really the problem. People mask their. Let me give you another example of rejection triggers. And anytime you go on TikTok online and you see 30 plus ladies or ladies advanced in age knowing their worth and being like, oh, hey guys, I went on a date with a man and he did not do whatever is their deal breakers for them. Go to the comment section, you see the men telling her how she would get to 50 and she'll be lonely with her cat and die. Those men, just know those men are emotionally immature, because that is a first class sign of someone who had rejection wounds, either from relationship or childhood where women have rejected them or their parents have rejected them. That's a male. That's how to know the clear sign of a male that is dealing with rejection wound and is emotionally immature. He get triggered when he's rejected. Note that even all males feel those intense emotions when they are rejected, but the ones that are mature know how to carry it and nurse their wound in this thing. But when a guy start going off, trying to degrade and bring down the other person's, the woman's self-image when they rejected them and everything, just know that he's dealing with serious rejection wound. It's not emotionally immature, so you don't even give him time of the day, because some of these girls will start feeling bad and taking to heart what the guys are saying. Hey, that's how they don't used to marry quick. They'll start praying to God. They'll not say, don't say it like that. When you see them, allow them to just let them pass. Because when mad person is doing this, and it's two mad people. If you start replying, then you'll be mad. So just know that one needs healing, and leave them alone. It helps you with emotional regulation. Just the example where you're angry, you understand that that person is not your enemy. It helps in emotional regulation and better stress management. Now we enter the second skill under self-awareness, under self emotional intelligence, is motivations. These are your standards, your qualities, your values, and your principles that matters most to you in life. And the motivations, aka the driving force, why you pick them as your um standards, your qualities, and your values. For example, honesty, respect, fairness, compassion, creativity, independence, loyalty, perseverance, self-awareness, personal growth. These are examples of values. So this is another assignment for you to go and do. Go and know your values and why you pick them. Value motivations can be internal or external factor driven, e.g., why personal satisfaction, praise on helping others, financial rewards, fear of failure could be the reason of some, stability, need for control and autonomy, pursuit of happiness and pleasure. What they are saying, there's something called your values. What are your values? Your morals. In the past we learned somewhere again about moral emotions, which are the emotions that develop between good and evil, kind of, in the society, between you and others, and is brought up during childhood. So what are your values, qualities that are non-negotiable to you? There's a lot of them, and these are what we call you should know it. It will help you with relationship, especially because we just go into relationship with people because they are cute and you are having butterflies in your belly. But if you marry somebody that you have the same values, that marriage, if you don't even know anything, you don't believe in God, I don't know how true sha, but if you marry somebody that you have the same values with, that's why you see, go and see atheists people. They are striving in marriage. If you marry somebody, you do business, you pick friends, you marry somebody, you put it in yourself that from today, oh, it's people that share the same values with me. I shall have relationship with or anything. That relationship will last. Yes. If you are an arm robber, marry arm robber. Be with an arm robber. Not what destroys relationship and people is when you marry opposites and you want to drag them here. If you are a night crawler, you believe in the night, people should not sit down in their house. Marry the person that believe in the night, people should not sit down in their house. Don't go and marry girl for big bum bum and waist and this thing, and you want her to be leaving the house and going nightlife with you. It doesn't make sense. How does it add up? Values. Off the top of, and know the reason why they are your values. Off of the top of my head, I love people's word matching integrity of people's word. When your word match your action, it pisses me off when people's words don't match, even to the little thing. If we are meeting 8 p.m., I'm not that girl that you say girls take a lot. If you are going 7 p.m., tell them 6:30. If you tell me 7 p.m., I'll be there 6:30 and I'll be damn ready 6:30. That's who I am. I'm like that. I'm that principled. I'm very big on people's word matching their action. Maybe it has to do with some living in a household where anything is unpredictable. It pisses me off. I just remove myself. If you want to see, it triggers me a lot. I love honesty. Don't lie to me. You tell me you won't keep person safe. God forbid, we may bury the body together. Don't lie. Ah, and this one does not trigger me, but the moment I know you are dishonest, there's nothing on heaven and earth that will make me deal with you. I just smile and keep your arms length. Like, there's nothing that can come out of your, yeah, you've gotten it off with me. Yeah, dishonesty, nah, I'm out. Don't, no, 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 don't break it the first time. What? No, 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 no. I don't think, except miracle, except God use magnet to wipe that memory away from me. It's gone. Honesty is key to me. Time management, many things you see. So just know your values and why you pick them as value. I also like organization is a value. I love when something is organized. It make me strive more mentally. If something is disorganized, I'm very sad, depressed, irritable. I love sense of organization. It gives me peace and calm. So imagine going to pick a partner that's disorganized. We can, I'm not saying you have to nail it, but the more you're able to find that your value aligns with somebody, the more you people work very well, work friends when you're picking your friends and things, and know your motivations towards those values. That's what we are saying. Then how do you develop these motivations? Reflect on your past experiences. Just reflect. Think of times where you felt angry. Just anytime you're alone, think of times that something hurt you very well. You felt angry. Maybe somebody betrayed you. Somebody betrayed you, then loyalty is your very this thing. Think of the places that have broken your heart. Like for me, from the top of my head, of course, all of us will have a sense of betrayal. Everybody wants loyalty. Who doesn't want to is loyal? Please excuse me. Like told you, honesty is to me. That one, was it actually associated with anybody? I don't know any trauma with it, but be honest with me. So that is um I could think of times when people misunderstand me. So communication is very big for me. Communication is key for me. When I'm saying A, you understand that I'm saying A. You're not helping me think in the other space that I'm saying Z, because I'm a very, very communicative person and I'm clear. With me, you don't have to be guessing, and I don't do mind games. So when I'm telling you this is how I'm moving, this is how I'm thinking, this is what I want you to know that we are on the same level. This is you are understanding me on that level. You're not helping me to assume I'm saying Z. Okay. I've had cases of let me not expose myself too much, but what we are saying, how to develop that skills, go and reflect on the, think back, secondary school, primary school, at home, with friends, with whatever, past relationships. What are the major times in your life that someone have broken your heart, something have made you sad, cry, painful? When you find, get a word to associate with that thing. Okay, betrayal, for example. Opposite of betrayal is loyalty. That's your value. Straight up. Explore your emotions. What triggers strong emotions in you? Another way you can find again, what are the emotions you've been feeling lately? Sadness, self-pity, sadness, anger, joy. What values, okay, are connected to those emotions, right? Find what values are connected to those emotions, right? So you explore your emotions so that you can find out what you want. You can find it out. Also, relationship, consider people you admire, respect, feel drawn to. What values and motivations are guiding them? What do they embody? So some of you that your own is Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. What values do they embody? Anyways, it's not like Nicki Minaj is my role model, but so you will know that one thing she embody very well is hard work. She doesn't joke with hard work. She's very vocal about it. Most artists are hardworking. Maybe those that are drawn to Cardi B, honesty, raw honesty without being honest to the core. I'm just saying though, but like also look up to sensible people where you can pick. Like I'm not saying those ones are not sensible though. Just understand me. Where you can pick like really more values, and integrity. Others include trying new experiences. You can try new experiences. You don't even know you have certain values. Like enjoyment is a value, because some people believe that life is not about the enjoyment, it's how much you have to suffer and save. Suffer, suffer, suffer. That's it, bring them contentment. But someone like me, I believe we work hard to live better lives. If not, what's the sense of it? I work hard to be able to be surrounded by beautiful things, wear beautiful things. So know that sometimes you have that mindset because you are in one particular place, you don't travel, you don't have experiences, or even experience general, you don't experience people. Online assessment, gain insight into values and motivations. Go and learn and read about values and motivations. You learn a lot. You'll be like, wow. AI can even help you too. You just say, hi AI, hi ChatGTP, hi Meta AI. I want to learn about values today and how to get my values. You could be asking you questions and you know from them. Journaling, very important. Anytime you are feeling, try to have a habit of journaling. Have a journal at the end of the day. Try to journal all the emotions you felt today, and what happened, what were the events that happened that brought that emotions. If you go back anytime you are bored and you read through it, you'll be seeing, I'm sure you'll be seeing reoccurring stuff that you didn't even know was there before. Again, these things will help you with things you've been ignorant of before. Okay. Okay, application. It helps in decision making again. It will also help you in goal setting. Okay, to help you in goal setting. Like I found out, we that used to add weight are always wanting to lose weight. We like to emotionally eat when we are feeling stressed. You'd be like, okay, why do I feel? I'm like, wow, I'm having social craving, this craving, Instead of going to buy that and straight up, I'll just I'll check in with myself to be sure that I'm not feeling stressed. Because if it's stress, I'll divert other things that brings me satisfaction when I'm feeling stressed rather than eating. I won't know that if I don't engage in self awareness. The third skill under self awareness is strengths and weaknesses. Very important. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and you can see the way they flow into themselves. Because if you follow all these ones, you already be picking what your strengths and your weaknesses are. This is very key, because when you know your weakness, you hide it very well, so you will not be destroyed. Sorry. When you know your weaknesses, you hide it away from your enemies. Even businesses have this where they look at their strength, their weaknesses. When you know your strengths, yeah, you will try to amplify it more. You work on it for your advantage. You always put that your best foot forward, even if it's for a job interview, if it's for a relationship, it's for something. But your weaknesses, you know how to work on it, because that's self-improvement, now working on your weaknesses, right? Identifying areas of excellence and those that need improvement, you see. And being um that this is how you work on personal growth. That's what I'm saying. And the skill we use here is self-descriptancy. We spoke about this in emotions video. And this is the gap of who you are, who you aspire to be. who you are now and who you aspire to be. By doing that, like you sit down and like, who is your higher self? What do you want to be? Who do you admire? What do you think your higher self is like that you aspire to be like? What are you now, and what's the difference that is lacking between this person you are now and that person you want to be? Those you start to get your strength and your weaknesses from there. Do you get? And you know what you need to work on. And it's this the process of doing this is called self-descriptancy. And it's a theory by Tori Higgins. Yeah. Advantages of strength and know your strengths and weaknesses. You develop realistic, compassionate understanding for yourself. It's a thing. You need compassion for yourself. Identify areas of personal growth, and it helps in goal setting and work ethics. But that compassion for yourself is very key to me, because this is why people have anxiety, mental health issues, is you not showing compassion to yourself. Compassion to yourself is a thing. It's not just to other people you show compassion. You should in fact show compassion to yourself more. Learn it. Then we have the last skill under self-awareness, which is self-reflection. This is like now applying all what the three things we have said, and examine your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Reflection is now understanding those your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, and actions, and why you do the things you do. Why did you choose your values? What have you gone through? Why are your strengths and weaknesses? That it will tell you who you are. And you do this in a place of meditation. You now know your character, your person, why you are what you are. When you do all these things we've spoken about from number one, number two, number three, you look at them, the three of them, analyze them very well, and you know, I'm a very, very jealous person. I'm a very, very humble person. Ah, I'm a very, very ambitious person. Ah, you know who you are. You understand. That's self-reflection. That's the final part. And you gain insight into your behavior and your decision making process. Advantages: it will help you to boost self-esteem in areas, your self-esteem be like, and you know yourself. This is somebody will tell you, I don't think you have this job. You don't know what you'll be able to say, this person does not even know me. It's not you that will tell me, because you've done the work. But people are easily sway them, you know tell them how they'll stupid thing, and people's word get to you give a damn about what people have to say. You are lacking self-awareness. You need to go and sit down with self-reflection, do all of this work we just mentioned here. You would see that you have strengths, and you glory in your strength. It will increase your self-esteem to a certain extent, because any goods that you have is not bought in the market. Any goods that you have is another person's own good they are aspiring to be. Okay, good. So it's improve your self esteem. All right. Okay. um, it improves your relationship with people. It helps you on what to work on. That self growth. It helps you with goal settings, and it helps you to know when you need help. Humility. Now we enter the second skill of emotional intelligence. The second skill of emotional intelligence is emotional regulation. Before I read anything, let me explain to you in layman tone. Okay, let me read. This is a skill that helps you to manage and modulate your emotions. This is the skill that helps you regulate your emotions. This is emotional regulation. You modulate it, and it has components. There are about one, two, three, four components also under emotional regulation. So there's something as emotional regulation. So when you see somebody get that has anger issues, oh, I was angry, that's why I beat her up. Oh, I was angry, that's why I tore her this thing. I was angry, so I took it away. The person does not have emotional regulation. So that person has zero emotional intelligence. You should be able to regulate your emotions. It's normal to feel emotions. That you feel an emotion doesn't mean you should act on it. You're feeling anger, it doesn't mean you should act on it. All right. So um emotional regulation, skill that helps you manage your emotions. Recognizing your emotional triggers. The first component is recognizing your emotional triggers. Right. That is the first. So know your trigger. What triggers you? Let me see if I can be a little vulnerable and share my triggers so that you know. Before, I used to be very triggered if I feel I'm 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 not getting attention. You are not someone I want to have like a partner or a friend. I'm talking to you and I just feel or that I'm not a priority when I supposed to be. It triggers me. It used to trigger me. It triggers me and I feel the emotions. But you know, even though I have high self-awareness, so I'm calm. I'm cool. It's almost like you're not even aware something is going on because I know. I just let the emotion pass and I'm doing what I'm doing and the person before when I lack the emotional awareness, I will be extremely sad and unhappy to spoil my day. And I may pick fights with the person, or I may want to people please and be nice so that I could get chase them more and get their attention. But now that I know, I wouldn't chase. I would just withdraw myself from the situation and give myself compassion and self suit, like uh speaking to myself, which you will soon enter that one. Speaking to myself or anything that will just make it pass, and I'll suit my inner child. Like it's okay, it's okay. Do you get? So now I know because when I feel that emotion, I know, oh, this is a trigger. When you know this is a trigger, don't react. Don't react. It's not everything you should react. In fact, don't even react. If it even needs reacting, make sure you calm first, emotional regulate before you do something. So recognize what trigger you. Are you triggered when people are raising their voice at you? Are you triggered when someone is ignoring you? Are you triggered when know your trigger. What is a trigger? Trigger is when when the action of somebody or inaction start to raise up strong emotions within you. So always recognize patterns, and those are your triggers. Two, naming your emotions and acceptance. Yeah, so I say when that trigger come, strong emotions are risen between you. One emotion I feel a lot in my me being vulnerable then is sadness, and I notice all my triggers. I always have sadness, self pity, and anger. When the sadness and the self pity stay very long, anger begin to form. Yeah, and that's about that. So I know those emotions whenever something may happen, because again, different things can trigger you, but it's the same wound is triggering, and it's different situations, different people that don't even look alike, but your body knows what is recognizing there. But I'm like, I've felt this emotion before. This is self-pity. Ooh, I felt this emotion. This is extreme sadness. Ooh, I felt this emotion. What's going on here? What happened? I start to think. I'm like, oh, maybe it's because of how this person did this. It's okay, just let it go. I know how to self-soothe. That's my own self-regulation. I speak to myself. So the third is gauging the intensity of the emotion. Yes, yeah. Is this thing strong? Like when my own is very strong, it could be like light sadness. I can easy to easily go away. Sometimes the sadness and self-pity can lead to wanting to cry, and I let myself cry. That's an emotional regulation. Not, it couldn't be in the presence of the person. I just let myself cry and it goes. Yeah, that's emotional regulation. So you gauge the intensity. Oh, I'm very angry. I can break something. Let me leave this arena now. You leave the place. Let me stop talking to this person right now. Gauge the intensity. Then the fourth one is using effective coping mechanism. Can you hear? I told you my own now is to cry if I need to cry, is to self-soothe by speaking to myself, or to look for something that makes me happy, or just remove myself from the area. So look for your own coping that can deflect that annoyance or that strong emotions. Look for something, right? And it will help you. So there are many methods that people use to deflect emotions that help them. Using reality coping mechanism, deep breathing exercise. Some people, deep breathing helps them. If I'm feeling anxious, deep breathing help me too. That's one emotion I feel a lot. Sometimes workout. Some people, if they just go and work out, boxing, kick, all the emotions have gone. These are things how to become intelligent emotionally. Some people is mindfulness, being present. Okay, don't think, be present, feel the ground, breathe, look at that tree is here, don't think about what they are doing that is annoying you. So mindfulness. So being present instead of meditating on the emotion or what the trigger is. Tense and relaxing muscle activation. Some people be doing like this thing here. They can blow your head. Some journal by writing. When they just start writing like this, then all is well. Do something creative you love, cook or bake something. Some people listen to music. Some people pray. I pray to. Some people talk to somebody. When they can talk to that person, they just is gone. Some seek therapy too. Therapy is a good one. Self compassion to yourself. I mentioned that I did it to myself a lot. Activities that bring you joy. Mhm. Grounding techniques and affirmation. Oh, I'm not an angry person. I'm enough. Maybe you feel rejected. I'm enough. I'm good enough. You just saying that to yourself. Importance, better relationship, better self-image, self-control. Because if they know you that used to fight about, shout like dog, say, hey, I beg go, that one is a warrior, she's always fighting, doesn't look well on yourself because you lack, that means you lack emotional regulation. um it gives you better image, improve mental health, better precision, and remove impulsive behavior. When you act according to emotions the way you're feeling it, then you're very impulsive. You need to work on it. The third skill of emotional intelligence is called social awareness. This is the third skill under emotional intelligence. Have you been following me? This enables us to navigate complex social situations effectively. This is now the skill between you and other people. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and interpret the emotion, needs, and concerns of other people in a social context. Even your relationship with bae, husband and wife, children and their mothers. When you understanding the emotions, the behavioral pattern, and the needs of another person, that is social awareness skill. You need it to become emotionally intelligent. Um, it's the ability to record. Okay, I've said that. Understanding the impact of others. Components: empathy. In social awareness, empathy is there. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Some people are psychopaths. I think someone that don't know how to share the emotions of other people, like pity and all of that, which is empathy, understanding and putting yourself in the shoes of that person. They are insensitive, and the extreme part of it are psychopaths. They don't feel emotions, whatever. But your ability to try to always, you can work on it. Wow, if you're in this person's shoes, how would you feel? Simple. That's empathy. Sometimes when, for example, somebody is doing something to annoy you and it's raising emotions, if you just stop and put yourself in their shoes, you like, so you can understand their intentions, it can give you grace to just let it go. Honestly, it can give you grace to really really let it go. So empathy is your ability to put yourself in another person's shoes and and understand how they are feeling at where they are. The second part is social cues, reading body language ability. Reading body language, reading ability. Look at people's tone of voice, their facial expression, their body language can tell you a lot. You know, for example, now imagine if I'm a guy, I walk up to a girl, I'm like, hey, hello, beautiful damsel, can I get your number? And she's already doing face as if you are smelling. You respect yourself and leave that place, because if you continue, they will disgrace you and your day will spoil. But that's because you are emotionally unintelligent. You cannot read verbal cues. Okay? The person is giving you sign. You should be able to read body language. You should be smart enough to read body language, tone of voice. You know, somebody can say something. You guys know what I'm saying. The third one, group dynamics, understanding the interactions and relationship within a group, friend group or church group or group, office, including the power struggle, the people you should not mess with, alliance and conflicts, and those sitting on the fence and doing eye service. And you'll be like, no, I stand for what is. Instead of you to have common sense that you should know where you put yourself. It's just, it is emotional intelligence. It's not about you bringing logic down to the table. You are emotionally unintelligent. There are things you should, it's not turn the other way. It's none of your business. Okay, because you are intelligent enough to know when you should have sense, understand dynamics. For example, now imagine There's a cleaner in the office. I'm in the office, and the cleaner has this. Maybe she's even sleeping with the boss. Who know? And I have problem with cleaner. I can't dey para and say this is when see she you know put sack of letter on your this thing. And I'm just saying cleaner, but it cannot be cleaner. Of course, it could be anything. But understand power torso. Know when to shut up. Shut up. Just know when to keep quiet and have sense. It's just intelligence. Emotional intelligence is what it is. Benefits: it improve relationship, effective communication and by understanding needs, conflict resolution and navigating conflict effectively and find resolution and satisfy all the parties. It helps in effective leadership and effective influence. Developing the skill. To develop this skill, do active listening. Listen to people, be very active in listening, want to understand them. I do not active listening like actually listening by even saying some words they say back to themselves so they confirm like you are putting your attention on them. Pay attention to others, ask open-ended questions on what they are saying, seek to understand their perspective, don't be all closed minded, try to understand what they are saying. Observe non-verbal cues, body language, tone of voice, facial expression. Are they smiling, are they frowning, are they serious, or is it telling you, are they, you know. Seek feedback, ask for feedback to gain better understanding, to be sure you're on the same page with them. Reflect on your interactions. Note: social awareness can be challenging because cultural and personal biases can limit the ability to understand and interpret emotions and needs of other people, but you just try your best. Power dynamic situation where there are significant power imbalances, where there's nothing you can do, but you just try your best. So those are the two ways that can limit um um social awareness. So now the fourth aspect of emotional intelligence. So the last part of emotional intelligence is relationship management. This is a skill that enables you to build and maintain strong healthy relationship with others. It's a skill of establishing, maintaining and nurturing relationships with people. It could be love interest, it could be relationship that can help your business, friendships or what, family self, husband's family, relationship with people generally. Relationship management is an emotional intelligence skill. And me, I'm just like that, I'm introvert. Oh, you are, well, introvert, yeah, you can be an introvert but still have relationship management, work on it. Is an emotional intelligence. Being an introvert is not an excuse not to have the skill of relationship management. All right. Is the skill of establishing, maintaining and nurturing relationships, as well as being aware of the emotions, needs and concerns of others again. And finally, using it to build trust, resolve conflicts and strengthen this relationship. All right. Components of relationship management. First is building and maintaining relationship. Refers to the aspect of establishing, nurturing relationship with others, e.g., colleagues, friends, family, romantic partner, business growth, and networking, which is important in growth, business growth. Regular communication is one way that you build and maintain relationship. Put a schedule, call them. They cannot just know that you are important to them without you doing something. You're supposed to know now. This shout out to those friends that our friendship is low budget. We don't talk to each other every 3 months, but when we reach, it's all fam. You are deceiving yourself. Being into trouble first. Be into trouble. Regular communication. If you want people to invest in you, invest in them. Communicate regularly, show appreciation when there's need for it. Be proactive and anticipate needs. Be proactive, be ready. Like, if that relationship you value it very well, look for how you can always help. They do your eye, do sharp eye like this. When you see this person, you don't want to do away with this person. Be proactive, look for how that they can say, this person is affecting my life like this, so that when you need them to, they will turn up for you. You can you People will come to your celebrations and say things about you. People should be blessed because you are in their life, and they will turn up for you too. You will look for where to put that need. If it's to pray for them, it doesn't even have to be money. It can even be their, like, foster this how you bring this thing. You say you don't have friends, go and look for friends, work on it, get your fingers burnt. Foster a positive and supportive environment. You people have friends, you do not just foster the relationship. You want to pursue you, then you will now start pursuing the person. You invest in relationship and you get the reward of it. If every day too they are sitting down expecting you to do that, foster positive and supportive environment. Celebrate milestones and successes. You see, somebody uploaded something on their WhatsApp, you even dodge. Congratulations, wow. If God blesses in your heart self, it's a simple wine, you buy it for the person, they'll feel wow. People love when someone celebrates with them, they'll remember you. You just automatically have a place in their heart. You don't know when you need that person. When you know that person's head is correct, don't let pride come in. Like, purposely try to be active in their life. They will come through for you too, because in this world everybody are busy, nobody wants to extend hand. How you get people in your zone, people that can take bullets for you, is that you take bullet for them. That's it. I know that if you take bullet for people, they are betrayers, but genuine people are there. The way you are scared of waiting who will come to you, they too they are also. If you study somebody very well, you like person's values like we spoke about, and it aligns with your own, try to be proactive. you know Not like you have mother-in-law, you people are not this thing, you say that's how I am. No, no. Foster positive environment, celebrate milestone and their successes, encourage open communication, empathy, understanding within team. Even team building, when you have team in work, is important because you deal with people. You are not meant to be a loner on this earth too. Okay. Event successes, milestone, help businesses, it help partnership and all of that. Then we have communication. This communication we always used to hear. Oh, I like a man that communicates. Big communication, skill of communication. Good communication skills under relationship management in emotional intelligence. Is an emotional intelligence skill. Communicating clearly, developing active listening and clarifying expectations and avoid misunderstanding is communication. Clear message. Make sure you are passing a clear message which is concise, simple and easy to understand on your part. Active listening, listening to another person, like we say, pay attention to what the other person is saying, ask questions to clarify what you are hearing, so that you don't jump into conclusion. Paraphrase them to ensure understanding. When they say something, you paraphrase it or nod to acknowledge. You get non-verbal communication, be aware of their body language, again the tone of their voice, facial impression and also your own too when you're communicating. Because now, for example, I had an issue with my vet guy and I've been emotionally regulating here that I'm doing this video because I'm very angry with him. But let me tell you, this guy will tell you he's coming 8 in the morning. He's not going to come. Maybe it's in the evening he'll come. And to him, it's okay because in Nigeria, they are normal with Nigeria time. But I don't move like that. It triggers me when people's words don't match their action. If you say something is going to be 8, be there 8. That's it. And when I'm now trying to explain, I don't appreciate this. You are a client, we work together. Maybe it's okay with other of your clients, but I do not appreciate it. If we set a time, I want you to be there at that time. And he starts to give me the me, I'm a troublesome customer. And I'm like, I'm not troublesome. I just have principles and that I abide by, values. I try to show principles so he understands. And he say principles are a man's thing, not a woman's thing. And he's advising me as a brother because if I continue like that, I may not see husband. These are the things that happen in Africa, in Nigeria. Yeah, these are the things. And now I'm been waiting for him. I'm to travel tomorrow, but I lied. I'm traveling today because I know who he is, type of person, and he is supposed to come since morning. This is getting to evening. He's not here. I'm just holding all the emotional regulation in me not to get very angry. Now, why did he feel I was being rude and offended? Because when I'm trying to tell you what you're doing, the way I'm moving, I don't like it. You can see my voice is high pitched and it's not me. So if I pass a statement, I'm like, hi Mr. Shegun, every time you keep doing this, you'll be coming anytime you want. And then if I say, hi Mr. Shegun, every time you keep doing this now, I don't really like it, you will definitely give different reactions. The first one with my high pitch will trigger annoyance and defensiveness within the person, but the low pitch will make them approach you lower. So apart from reading body language in the mind of the other person, in the person that is approaching you, if I use high pitch for Mr. Shegun now, obviously he may not have emotional intelligence enough. He will be very angry to meet my annoyance. Will now craze for each other. Everybody, the relationship will scatter. I'll look for another vet. He has lost a customer, and I don't think I've lost him. It's not an asset to lose. Honestly, I say that with humility. But right. But now let's say it's me that is in the shoes and a client is talking. I run businesses, so I've been met with customers that maybe the rider destroyed their product. They're like, "How dare you?" Blah, blah, blah. They'll be expecting me to match the energy, but I come with peace and calm, and it just diffuses their annoyance, and they apologize and everything. That's emotional intelligence for you. And also to be mindful in your own part when you're talking. Like I gave you the example, to make sure you are watching your tone, you are watching your body language too, because you don't want to be saying one thing while your body language is giving a different meaning to what you actually mean. That's emotional intelligence. So be very sure of your non-verbal cues and communication. Feedback and clarification is another very good aspect of effective communication. Encourage feedback by asking for clarification, and if the person understands very well, don't just assume somebody understands you. I learned this one with people working for me, with staffs. You know, just be sure they understand. So each time I want, if someone that is working with me new, I'll be like going and stressing this is what I want, and they'll be like, "Is this lady okay?" But it's better you assume cuckoos than for you to go and do the wrong thing, and we have issues, and those type of thing triggers me again. I forgot to tell you, when I feel my expectations are not met, especially things I think are common sense. So intelligence is a very big factor for me. Basic intelligence, not like I'm the most intelligent person, but basic intelligence. If I see it lacking, it triggers me. I'm out of that place, because God forbid, but if I was in the world and you ever had I stabbed somebody, is they were lacking basic intelligence. That's it. um so you clarify expectations. Imagine these are important things in marriages that make marriages spoil, you know, because there's no clear communication and body language and things. You, when you mean something and your body language can definitely completely say you are saying something else. So emotional intelligence is you being aware of that, but non-verbal communication, movement, and all of that. Respect and open-mindedness. Approach conversations with respect. Approach conversations with respect, even if it's you are, we need to talk, that kind of we need to talk conversation where the person don't, there's an offense and you're coming to do conflict. Come with open-mindedness, be calm, emotional regulate and calm, be respectful and be open-minded, and be willingness to consider different perspective. Don't just be bullheaded and look at your own points. Like I say, empathy, have the understanding. Okay, what's this person saying? Let me put myself in the shoes. It does what they are saying. Does it make sense? Does it justify? But you not put it to them like, oh, what you say doesn't make sense. So yeah, it's not correct. But you be like, hmm, don't you think if I was, that kind of thing? Because people want to be quickly want to be defensive. If somebody lacks emotional intelligence, you bringing emotional intelligence to the table would really chart the direction of that relationship and that encounter, and they'll even learn something. They'll be like, wow, I want to be like this person, because nobody wants to craze and be mad. Originally everybody wants to embody calmness, peace, and all of that. But again, all of us are working with our guards up. You cannot tell me nothing. You can't tell me what to do. You don't speak to me like that. That all of us are with our guards. So is what it is. You see why people's marriages destroy. You should even give this grace to basic strangers. How much more the person you live with at home or you are in a relationship with. I tell you, if you bring emotional intelligence to the table every time, even if you are dealing with a mad dog, the person is going to mellow. So usually there's where we lose it, with emotional dysregulation. Yeah, you don't know how to regulate your emotions. It's just what it is. If you come with emotional intelligence, you work on these skills very, all the best. I don't think, just that's why to say work on you, focus on you, because if two people, it's two people that it takes to be backing in the street. If one is not following you to mad, you shame will catch you, the other person will keep quiet. It's what it is. And passive aggression is not emotional intelligence. So That's manipulation. Where you keep malice, say, oh, emotional intelligence is to keep quiet and be giving attitude. Body language and non-verbal cues is in this place now, because you're angry now, be giving attitude, keeping malice. That's passive aggression. That's manipulation. That's the non-verbal cues we are talking about. All right. Okay. So you come with open-mindedness when you're coming to for conflict resolution or communication, because you need to try to understand the person's point of view before you jump and react. That's emotional intelligence. Cultural awareness and sensitivity. Certain people have certain minds, myopic thinking because of culture. Just know there's nothing you will say that can change their mind. So in this place you have to be wise and know about this. So be aware of cultural differences and sensitivities to communicate effectively with people from diverse backgrounds. Know how to communicate something in a way somebody would understand. Understand when there's something you're saying that somebody would never understand. Like, imagine bringing relationship between a guy that lives with daddy and mommy and a girl that is from a broken home. It may look like, oh, but there's where that differences is going to come in between, and there'll be friction between them. There are some realities of the girl the guy will never understand, and some realities of the girl that she just can't relate to. And the both of them, for their realities, is right. I'm just giving one as perspective. Imagine a boy that come from a background where women are meant to slave and nothing is supposed to happen. He watched his mother doing that. And from a girl that they are high achievers and ambitious, they were attracted to each other because of butterflies. When they marry now, the guy is like, no, you are doing too much, you're achieving too much. These are real issues. So be very careful that there's such a thing as cultural differences that and sensitivities. In that case, there's nothing you can talk each party, even religion and all those things, to unlearn anything. There's nothing you can do, honestly. Just have the sense and the wisdom on how you navigate that thing. But unfortunately, emotional intelligence does not teach you wisdom and discernment. It doesn't. So the good part of learning effective communication, it helps you in public speaking self, helps you in relationship, team building, and leadership. Now we get into the next part, which is conflict resolution. In everywhere where you are dealing with people, in marriages, friends, family, there will be conflicts, fights is inevitable. There will be conflict, not fights sha, but disagreements. So conflict resolution skills: managing conflict in a constructive manner, remaining calm and seeking solution that satisfies all parties, not one person. Principles of conflict resolution: stay calm and composed through emotional regulation. Regulate your emotions and with a clear head. Come with a clear head, not like I've gone to sit down and I'm like, yes, that was how he did dash this. They always used to bring the past this thing to bring in. Now let's handle what is in front. Come with a very clear head, clear mind. Like I said, thing not happened before, because you want to go way forward. Now, active listening. What do we learn about active listening? Listen to the person, try to repeat phrases, try to clarify. Is this what you are saying? So I understand well. See yourself in their this thing, watch their body language. Empathy. Put yourself in their shoes. Don't be quick to be listening to defend. Listen to understand. Listening to understand is you putting yourself in their shoes. Okay, what's this person saying? If I'm in this person's shoe, let me pick marriage for example. Now again, maybe a case where a husband is always just coming to on the water tap and water splash everywhere, and the wife is like, no, this thing is stressing me. And you're like, but I didn't intend to do it. And she's just saying, oh, I know you don't intend to do it, but you can clean it after yourself. And you'll be like, how dare she tell me that? But put yourself in her shoes. She has been working all day. Nobody wants to be cleaning after a grown man. All those type of things. Your friend may be saying something and it's attacking your ego. Understand yourself. Are you reacting and being offended from a place of trauma again? Like we said, put yourself in their shoes. If you are actually in that person's shoe, will you like it if they do it to you? That's the meaning. um Focus on the issue, not the person. Focus on the issue at hand, not the person. Do you get it? So god forbid, let's say me and my husband have this issue that I feel he's spending too much. He's spending too much and want to trash it, and we've come for the conflict. Everybody's it's looking like their head is hot headed. Already, me and the wife, I go don't sit down for his leg, throw like 7 kisses around his head. He'll calm down. If I see that's reading body language, because his body must calm down. I'm not your enemy. I want peace of mind. And I'm like, baby, this, blah blah blah. Say it to him like that. I'm like, this our spending. My husband like all the best things of life. How can we get all these best things of life now? And this our money, we save it. You see, I would you take the discussion away from the person, handle the issue. How your choice of what to do it, that you know is the issue, is you against the you people against the issue, not you against the person. Uh, that find a way to do it. Find a way. People advise using the I word. Oh, anytime I don't hear from you, I feel neglected. That's you at pointing to the issue with your boyfriend or whatever than him. Other people like, you don't call, you are very uncaring. Who and you say I matter? Foolish. The person will reply you in a defensive mode. You will not even move forward. You cannot see way forward. All of you that is to go and look for 10,000 videos on how to be feminine. If you know a feminine woman has very high emotional intelligence, that's what it is. All those videos that tell you how to be 10 ways to be more feminine. All the best. It's emotional intelligence. Anyways, mm, um, seek common ground. Like again, the reason we are doing conflict resolution is not your interest or their interest. No, common ground. Both parties are satisfied. All right. Seek common ground, look for areas of agreement and to find mutuality acceptable solution. As a conflict resolution skills, I do it very well with my customers because I have businesses again. They come here, something is not meeting their this thing expectation, and we come to common ground. I replace if I need to replace, I pet them when I need to pet them and all of that. I don't know if I make sense. So you need conflict resolution skills in your marriage, in friendship, in everything, and in business. So you need conflict resolution skills. You need it. You need it. Strategies for conflict resolution, collaborative problem solving. You work together to identify the root cause of the conflict and develop mutual satisfactory solutions. Meditation, bring in a natural party. Meditation to facilitate discussion and help resolve conflicts. Negotiation, seek common goals focusing on shared interests. Apologizing and forgiving, be willing to apologize and work towards forgiveness. Some people say, me, I cannot apologize, god forbid, I'm not that one. Where you can, you apologize, and where you need to forgive the other person too, you forgive. Steps in conflict resolution, prep for the conversation. Like I was trying to use style to tell you that time, like emotionally regulate, come with clear head, start with a positive tone. You see that the way I say now, I'll rub my husband's head if I watch his body cues and it's like he has come for battle. Because I know I have strength, Obiko. I like peace of mind. I'm not his enemy and I don't come for warfare. I'm not a war warrior. Discuss issue. The most important is peace. Okay. Discuss issues, stating the problem, generate solutions, agree on solution, and follow up. Benefits of conflict resolution: stronger relationship, improve communication, increase productivity, enhance reputation, reduces stress and anxiety. Hope you are taking notes, because from this one I'm teaching you emotional intelligence. From this video, you should go out when you're communicating with people, you remember all I've said, you'll be like, emotional intelligence, watch this video again and write down things you must have missed. Go and research, work on it, look for how you implement it into your life, become self-aware. Okay, these are things that will help you in 2025 and beyond. These are skills people don't know. Okay. Benefits: give you stronger relationships can create way for you. What it take people 10 years to achieve, you achieve it just like that because of relationships that you manage to sense. Not everybody are your enemy. You cut people. So how do you develop relationship management? Active listening practice, develop empathy, improve communication, seek feedback, reflect on your interactions. Challenges for relationship management: cultural and personal biases, power dynamics, lack of emotional intelligence. Let's say the person you are dealing with has lack of emotional intelligence, or you yourself. Cultural and personal biases, we spoke about that. People have cultural beliefs and all of limiting beliefs. power dynamics, we saw that in knowing who is who and respecting it, because it can be the weapon formed against you. So you see, the next video will continue how the healing of emotional wounds, now looking at spiritual intelligence. Yeah, you now see the aspect spiritual intelligence come into to support and strengthen emotional intelligence. You know, if you were very observant, I mentioned one, which is discernment, how you discern. Okay, because some things may not mean some things in the physical. You need discernment, which is wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. And you see, emotional intelligence, no talk it there, it just tell you. So how do you need emotional intelligence? When you apply these things, like I told you, you say, how does it relate to emotional wounds and trauma? Like I said, the point of emotional wounds is to create traumas, triggers. So because as you be interacting with people as you grow up, they'll be triggering you. The trigger is almost so that you can be sabotaging. You sabotage. If you get a very good working place, you encounter somebody there that is a thorn in your flesh, or that is causing you to trigger, and you trigger and sabotage, or they will sack you. Or the job you once prayed for and you were very happy in, you wake up every morning sad to go there, it's draining your mental health, you are not happy. Then the devil comes to lie to you that you can't amount to anything in life, and you even break come down from the job. It can also follow you into your relationships, where you are choosing people that don't have same values as you, and you think all men are dogs, all women are dogs. And the problem is that it can destroy you for not being self-aware and accepting yourself, and looking for, and you be seeking validation from other people. Let them tell you what your strengths and weaknesses are, so you be devaluing yourself and being with people you shouldn't be in the first place. And you now realize that devaluing yourself to meet people doesn't mean they will treat you right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Self-sabotaging behaviors, that's it. It's supposed to keep you, it's bondage. It's supposed to keep you within certain extent, so you don't do exploit, you don't do certain things. So when you gain emotional intelligence, you start to apply it to prevent problem, to manage problem. You see, when it comes to that interaction with other people, to self by, you see, those skills will help you prevent problems. Sorry for the noise. The my microphone stopped recording. Hopefully you can hear me. Sorry for the noise. It will help you, like I said, to manage problems, to prevent problems, and you live a better life. You will not be stressed. It will help your mental health, because you are not fighting battles, spiritual battles. Lack of self-compassion. You understand your weaknesses, your strengths, you give grace to yourself. You understand why you feel certain feelings and things like that. I don't know if you're getting me. So I can't wait to discuss the other part, which is spiritual intelligence and spiritual maturity with you. So here we spoke about emotional intelligence and emotional maturity, and how it can help you to overcome. It will not help you to overcome, it will equip you to manage emotional wounds. The real guy that heals emotional wounds is actually spiritual intelligence. It heals emotional wounds. How does it do that? It by fueling emotional intelligence, as well as other things which you would see. So if you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button for the next video and turn on the bell. Also, if you have questions, leave it in the comment section, and I'll be so happy to reply all of your comments. And until next time, bye.